Good afternoon, Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Ignore the green screen background. We're just playing around with a few ideas. In today's video, we're going to talk about Ange Postecoglou looking absolutely effed off. Sanchez, a bid has been accepted, a bid has been agreed with Spartak Moscow, but will the player travel to Russia? Would you? Ange Postecoglou has said that we'll bring in one centre-back minimum. Does that mean it will just be one? Does it mean it will be two? Jamie O'Hara has said losing Kane will be like when we lost Berbatov. If I remember rightly, after we lost Berbatov, the next 2 years were the first time we got into the Champions League and played great football under Harry Redknapp. What do you make of that? On top of that, Daniel Levy wants a fee. Shakhtar Donetsk want a fee from Daniel Levy. It is all happening. It's all happening at Tottenham without anything happening at Tottenham. We'll be back in just a couple of seconds. Yes, so good afternoon to you all. Sava here, Football Heritage TV. Let's get stuck straight into it, shall we? So, in a press conference that's happened in the last 12 hours, Postecoglou has said the following. He said, no news on Kane. At the moment, there's nothing that has changed from a couple of days ago. On Oliver Skipp, he said he's 100% a part of my plans. And on Davinson Sanchez, he said that he is exploring his options. He said, we're looking to bring in at least one more centre-back. And I think that's the line that's going to get people talking. At least one more centre-back. Before we go into that, Bayern Munich have been talking again. Bayern Munich, the president, Heiner, has said today, I think that here in the Bundesliga, we don't have many international stars anymore. Bayern always try to bring stars. Harry Kane is a highly attractive player, England captain and top goal scorer. He would do us and the Bundesliga good. Where to start with all that? Well, let's start with the obvious. Ange Postecoglou looks effed off. If anyone says he doesn't, they're lying. He seems to be getting a little bit short and sharp with some of his answers. I feel like this is going to be the first time in his career where he's seen such a slow transfer window like this. This feels like, to me, this is the first time in any of his transfer windows where he'll be sitting there going, well, hang on, we need this. Why are we not going to get it? But it is what it is. He knew what he was signing up for, didn't he? Didn't we all know what he was signing up for? Surely who knew what he was signing up for? Daniel Levy won't change his spots. For this guy to be a success, he's going to have to do this with extreme hard work, amazing coaching, and on a shoestring budget. What do you think? Are people reading too much into it? People saying that they think he'll walk after 5 to 10 games because they hate the way that Daniel Levy runs the club. He'll be frustrated because he doesn't get centre-backs in. What do you think? Is he frustrated? Are we reading too much into this because we're frustrated? What do you make of that? Oliver Skipp staying? That's not a surprise to anyone, is it? Did anyone think that Oliver Skipp wasn't going to be a part of the plans? I think we all knew he was. He's come through the academy, the homegrown quota. He started the first game. I can't see any way in which Oliver Skipp was going to leave this football club. I thought it was always going to be Højbjerg if it was going to be one of the two, purely because Højbjerg will command a bigger fee. And the fact that Oliver Skipp is homegrown, I think, has saved him rather than his actual ability. However, could we see Oliver Skipp be resurgent under Postecoglou? Can he get the proverbial best out of him? Who knows? Watch this space. Now, the news about Davinson Sanchez. Davinson Sanchez, we know a 12 million euro fee has been agreed with Spartak Moscow out in Russia. Now, loads of questions have come up from this in the last 24 hours. One, are Spartak Moscow allowed to buy players? I think it's pretty clear they are allowed to buy players. Two, can an English club or any club in Europe accept money from Russia? Well, I think it's pretty clear that that's allowed to happen as well. But the big question, the third question is this. Does Davinson Sanchez want to go to Russia? That's the big question. Does Davinson Sanchez want to go to Russia? Now, without going political in it, they're waging war on the Ukraine. It's notoriously a racist country. Would Davinson Sanchez want to be subjected to that? All of the issues going on over there at the moment, would he want to go? This is one where I won't blame him for not going. If Galatasaray come in, if Real Betis come in, or Feyenoord or PSV, whoever it was that was rumoured to be wanting him came in, go, get out. I don't blame him on this occasion if he doesn't want to go. I think it's a big ask. I think it's a huge risk for anyone to take. And I'm not sure that that's going to be the best thing for him. We have to remember, as much as we talk about these players and their ability, whilst I don't think he's got a lot of ability, he's still a human being that we need to think about his well-being over our football club. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that one pans out. What would you do if you were Davinson Sanchez? Would you go? Is it just a case now of getting first-team football, even if it is Russia? Is it not that big a deal? Even though Russian clubs are not allowed to play in European football, so he wouldn't have European football, but he's not got that at Spurs anyway. So all of these questions can be asked. Also, Jamie O'Hara has come out today and said losing Harry Kane will be as disastrous as when Spurs lost Berbatov. Now, my question is this. If people actually remember back to that era when we lost King, we lost Berbatov, and it was terrible. But it was terrible for 8 games. We started the season. We took 2 points from 8 games. Sacked Ramos and brought in a man-to-man manager, quite similar to Postecoglou in Harry Redknapp. So we brought in a man-to-man manager, and then we started to go like that. We started to play good football. We started to look like a proper team. We started to make sensible signings. Again, Redknapp for me, a bit like Postecoglou, doesn't need the superstars, just good, solid players that he can build and coach. Now that team, the second year that Redknapp was there, was the first Spurs team in history to get Champions League. So all of this, it was disaster when Berbatov and Keane went. It was bad for 8 games, but people have short memories. Factually, that next year, 2, 3 years under Redknapp was as good as it had been for a while. Okay, Ramos won the cup. But we can't turn around and say that it was all downhill when Berbatov left. I think it actually went like that. Not because Berbatov left, by the way. I'm not saying, oh, Berbatov was a bad player and because of him we got better. No. None of that. None of that. But when Jamie Redknapp is saying sensational things like, it killed us as a club. No, it didn't. These are hyperbolic statements. It didn't kill us as a club. If anything, it got rid of Ramos. It brought in Redknapp and he galvanized the club. So we've got to stop with the hyperbolic statements that Kane goes, we're going to get relegated. No, we're not. We're not going to get relegated. What happened was Berbatov and Keane went, we had to become more of a team. Redknapp shifted Modric from the left into the midfield. The rest is history. He's gone on to win Ballon d'Ors. He shifted Bale from left back to left wing. The rest is history. Bale went on to win 5 Champions League and multiple league titles for Real Madrid. He brought in Defoe. He brought in Nico Crouchy, Wilson Palacios. He done really, really well. So this is going to kill the club like when we lost Berbatov. This is such a bad narrative. And it's factually incorrect. And again, I'll keep saying it. I keep saying lately, facts don't care about feelings. So yeah, for 8 games, it was poor. Then when we got in a Postecoglou type manager with Redknapp, it was fine. So my whole reasoning behind all of this is if Kane goes, it won't be the be-all and end-all, people. We will galvanise. We will group together as a team rather than a football club that plays through one man. And everything at the moment for the last 4 years has gone through one man. And we need to get away from that. We'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Myself and Sean from the Spurs Talk Show. We'll be joined by Brains as well. We'll be live at 8 for the Spurs review. And tomorrow, join me at 10 as we go right the way through to 10 o'clock for a morning chat with Sava, followed by a live watch-along of the London City Sailors versus Tottenham Hotspur. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for helping me grow. See you soon. Bye-bye.